Hello and welcome. As you can see, I am doing a daily or weekly race as they are now in the RX-7. How could I resist? I'm an RX-7 guy. I've got an RX-7. I saw an RX-7 race, one make race up for grabs. I thought I'd have a crack. The other thing I kind of wanted to do was have a couple of good clean races. I don't know if this is going to be the right thing. It looks like I'm straight away up against some pretty stiff competition here in this race. I might even do it a couple of times because if I remember to edit this correctly, I'll pop up a graphic of my DR and SR and everything like that. But lately my DR's kind of been floating a bit, not doing a great deal. I haven't had any wins for a while. In fact, I'm on a run of about 8 really bad races where I've been getting taken out by drivers. I've made a couple of mistakes myself in other races, so things haven't been going that well. And I kind of just need to get myself sorted. Get some decent races back on, back on the right track. So I've managed a lap of 105.1, not blisteringly fast. I don't think it's too bad. I didn't think it was too bad, but those top couple of times there, that 104.3 would put him well and truly up the leaderboard. I think I was looking at the top 100 on the companion app before, and you needed a 104.8, I think, to get into the top 100. So pretty much everyone in the all top 4 there in the top 100. So this might not go that well for me. I kind of was also wanting to jump in and maybe have a couple of cheap wins. Trying to race in the lower level thing. I don't know if people are going to hang around. As I say, I might end up doing this race a couple of times, but for now I'm going to focus on race 1. I really don't want to get taken out. I'm on such a bad run of form, but irrespective of the results, a couple of nice clean races would do me a world of good right now. Even if the results aren't there, even if I'm not winning. I've got TCS off. This is a bad idea. And I've just absolutely gone nowhere. So off to a cracking start, back to 8th already. Oh boy, that went well. That was my fault, to be fair. I came in quite hot on the brakes, and then I had to avoid people, which put me on a bad line. Then we had people running into each other, so I'm not off to the best start. That guy did a lot of dancing in front of me there and didn't appear to lose any time at all out on the dirt, so good on that guy, I guess. The King is out wide again, still not seemingly affected pace-wise by that grass at all. I have to yield there because unfortunately there is no penalty in this for side hitting, and people just push you straight out onto the grass there. Yeah, I got very hard on the throttle there, trying to keep it on the inside to leave a car's width. Unfortunately, it ruined my drive down here. Let's see if I can't sneaky one up. He's braked very late there, he's run very wide. I'm going to try and stick to the inside line here. See if I can tee up a manoeuvre into turn 1. On lap 1, I've done a 104.8 on the last lap. Man, that is so much quicker than I was able to do in qualifying. So I think for race 2, I'm going to go away. I'm going to try and set a lap time like that, a 104.8. I'm going to try and set that in qualifying so I can start a little bit higher up the grid. And we'll see how we go next time around. But still not a clean race, which is what I'm looking for. Let's try again. Okay, welcome back for race 2. I only had a couple of minutes in between races to try and lower that qualifying time. I couldn't do it. I actually couldn't replicate that 4.8 that I had done on the final lap. So anyway, here I am with, I think that's the same time, a 105.1. That's around about what I was able to do, so not going all that well. This time I've turned traction control up to 2 for the launch, so I'm trying to get a slightly better launch if I can. So here we go. There's the contact. Well, welcome back to race 3. You've missed the start because I missed the start. Can you believe I'm sitting there waiting for it to go? There was a knock at the door, which I really had to go and answer. And I did not get back in time for the start of the race. So I kind of, as I was sitting in my seat, the race was starting. And I actually ended up getting on the throttle a little bit too early and false starting. So I got held on the line for a little while. Went back to last place. That guy's just going to shove me out of the way. So, yeah. You can pretty well see how race 3 went. So this makes it 11 consecutive races in a row now that I have had an absolute shock. I haven't had a good, decent, clean race that I can be happy with for 11 races. I joked last night that I'd be going for the even dozen. And you wouldn't have seen as well, because I didn't even have time to hit record. I actually did improve my quality time. I did a 4.6, 104.6. But unfortunately, and ironically, the guy that actually spun me around, I knew he was going to. This is a very lawless mode, by the way, because there just doesn't seem to be any penalties applied. And the guy that spun me, which I can't help but feel was 100% deliberate, which is that Arara 5, pretty great name. He actually qualified on pole, so I'd say he was pretty shitty, and I think he was always going to give me the little spin around. So again, as a quick update, my DR remains in freefall. Well, welcome back everybody to race 4. This is the 4th time I've attempted this race, but this is so much more than race 4. This is, one way or another, this is the end of the worst string of races I have had in, I don't know, like 7 years of sim racing across multiple different racing games. I mean, I get it, this isn't probably that much of a sim, but competitive online racing, I've been doing it for like, I don't know, 7 years. And this is the 12th race out of, well, what I'm trying to say is the last 11 races in a row have all been bad. Now, 2 of those races out of those 11 have been at my own fault. However, every other race has been ruined by somebody else. And I tell you what, this is the 12th race in a row. If this goes to shit, I don't know what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to take a break from Gran Turismo. I think this is going to be the tipping point. I've qualified in pole. If I don't have a good, clean race in this race, I mean, forget the DR. Couldn't give a shit about my DR. That's in freefall. If I don't have a good, clean race now, I think I'm definitely taking a break from Gran Turismo. I don't think I can do this anymore. Here we go. I got through turn 1. That's 1 corner down. I have my try-hard pants on, so I've kind of had to deactivate commentary just for a second. may not be the most entertaining commentary, but this is a pretty crucial moment in my YouTube. In my YouTube channel's lifespan. This guy behind me, by the way, I've already had a run-in with him in race 1. If he gets near me, he will not hesitate to just bump me out of the way. I'm not doing myself any favours at the moment. The last lap wasn't great, and this hasn't been a good lap either. He is about the same pace as me, so definitely a bit nervous right now. Right. When I complete this, I'll have 2 laps to go. There's a 104.6, that's the quickest lap. Final lap. One corner to go.
It was at this moment he knew. He
actually qualified first, won the race, had a clean race, and got the fastest lap. That's the clean sweep, and that's what I needed. Because let me tell you, if I had got spun, turned around, and just, if anything went anything other than spot on, honestly, I reckon I would have just about uninstalled Gran Turismo, which would have been pretty awkward given that I'm only 1 round into a 5-race series. But I tell you what, that's how close I was coming. I don't know what I would have done, but it would not have been pretty had I have lost that race. So anyway, hopefully that is the monkey off my back, and I can just get back on with Gran Turismo now. I can do some decent races. I cannot be so concerned in FIA races and everything like that in getting taken out or whatever the case may be. I'm hoping this is just, so there you go, someone else is calling that GT King an asshole. I knew I had to try and avoid him. He did not care at all. Pretty lawless sort of racing this particular race. Doesn't seem to be a lot of penalties getting handed out unless you really cut a corner, so he was well and truly duffing people up. Nonetheless, that's all irrelevant. I'm hoping this now is the dawn of a new time for me and my channel, and that is the end of the worst run of just terrible races I've ever had, and hopefully we can just get back on with it. So thanks for watching, and we'll talk again soon. Bye for now.